Macaulay Culkin was Hollywood's golden child after Home Alone. He had everything: fame, money, and a career that looked unstoppable. But when he took on darker, weirder roles like The Good Son and Party Monster, audiences weren't ready to see their childhood hero as a villain. The movies tanked, his clean image shattered, and his career never recovered. One role flip was all it took to end the dream. Halle Berry was fresh off an Oscar win when she agreed to star in Catwoman. On paper, it sounded like the perfect Hollywood move, female-led superhero movie, big budget, flashy marketing. But when it hit theaters in 2004, it was a total disaster. Critics ripped it apart, the dialogue became meme-worthy for all the wrong reasons, and it won her a Razzie Award. Instead of launching her as a blockbuster queen, the role turned her into a cautionary tale. Taylor Lautner had every studio in Hollywood calling after Twilight. He was young, ripped, and fans screamed every time he took his shirt off. Then he tried to lead his own action thriller, Abduction. The movie bombed, reviews were brutal, and suddenly Hollywood realized he couldn't carry a film outside of werewolf territory. Overnight, his career momentum vanished. John Travolta was riding high again after Pulp Fiction, but then came Battlefield Earth. Travolta called it his passion project, but audiences called it one of the worst movies ever made. With bizarre makeup, awkward dialogue, and a nonsensical plot, it tanked hard. Instead of a sci-fi epic, it became a punchline, dragging Travolta's credibility with it. Elizabeth Berkley went from Saved by the Bell sweetheart to starring in Showgirls. She thought it would transform her into a serious adult actress. But the movie turned into one of Hollywood's most infamous flops. Critics destroyed it, audiences laughed at it, and her wholesome image was obliterated. After that, casting directors wouldn't touch her. Mike Myers had conquered comedy with Wayne's World and Austin Powers, but when he released The Love Guru, everything crashed. The jokes were flat, the character was painful to watch, and critics roasted it. Fans stopped seeing him as a comedy genius and started seeing him as a one-trick pony. The role buried his movie career. Brendan Fraser was once the king of adventure with The Mummy. But then came Dudley Do-Right and Looney Tunes, back in action. While not terrible on their own, they painted him as a goofy actor who couldn't pick good roles. By the time Monkey Bone flopped, studios stopped trusting him with big projects. His career spiraled until decades later when The Whale gave him redemption. Shaquille O'Neal was unstoppable on the basketball court, but Hollywood was a different game. When he starred in Kazam, playing a wish-granting genie, the movie bombed instantly. Kids laughed at it, critics shredded it, and Shaq's attempt to become a crossover movie star ended before it really began. That one role became a running joke for years. Jennifer Lopez was building a strong acting career with Out of Sight and Selena. Then came Giggly. Cast opposite Ben Affleck at the height of their relationship, the film was a disaster. Critics called it unwatchable, and it became one of the biggest box office bombs in history. Instead of boosting her career, it set her back years. Eddie Murphy once ruled comedy with Beverly Hills Cop and Coming to America, but then he decided to star in The Adventures of Pluto Nash. The sci-fi comedy cost nearly $100 million to make but earned only a fraction back. It was a massive failure that critics and fans still mock today. That one role nearly killed his career as a leading man. Colin Farrell was Hollywood's rising star in the early 2000s, but when he played Alexander the Great in Alexander, everything fell apart. The movie was overhyped, poorly received, and dragged down by his wooden performance. Instead of cementing him as a top-tier actor, it nearly ended his career. For years, he struggled to rebuild his reputation. George Clooney was already a star thanks to ER, but his big leap into superhero territory as Batman in Batman and Robin was a disaster. The neon suits, the ice puns, the infamous bat nipples, everything about the role was mocked. Clooney himself later admitted the movie destroyed the franchise and nearly his career. Luckily, he bounced back, but for a while, Hollywood wasn't sure he could recover. These were the actors who destroyed their careers with one role. If you liked this video, hit subscribe and comment on which topic we should cover next.